Yeah, we'll start here in a minute. Hello, how's it going? Glad to have y'all here. Oh no, my chat's not found. Let me fix that real quick here. Yeah. Forgot to drop the new chat link here. Let me drop that real quick. So we got the chat coming up on screen. Yeah. What's up, Malk? What's up, Nathan? How's it going, guys? Glad to have you here. So, yeah, today's stream, get that off of my face. Today's stream, we're gonna go over a bunch of things. Brief No More Robots update, brief Time Twisted update. Gonna do a rant about Sonic Mania. Got to discuss Game Facts Special a little bit. Some new videos over there you should check out if you haven't yet. Got some fan community showcase to go over. Clone's got some new sprites and stuff he wants us to look at, so we're gonna do that. How's my mic? Yeah, it looks good. Okay, so let's get into it with I hate how this chat is. Let's get into it with No More Robots. Okay, so no code update this week, no gameplay update. basically because I don't want to show it off. I implemented the combos 100%. They are working great. I've got the 3 combo implemented, which is like the most important part of the game. It's like a key part of the game, so that's really good. I'm gonna keep tweaking the physics probably for this week, trying to get the physics exactly where I want them. I gotta get, you know, they gotta be sharp. They gotta be able to replace Sonic physics, right? And give you a move set that is helpful when navigating Sonic style levels that also have melee combat. Yeah, so that's going real well. I'll probably do, I don't want to say if I'll do an update actually next week or not, like a physical or a visual one, because I really don't want to show off that 3 combo, but I will shortly, maybe in the next 3 streams, and we'll go from there. My face is transparent. Is my face spray is a little bit transparent, but you know, we'll work with it. Let me see. No worries though. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at, excuse me, with No More Robots. Good progress. As I said last week, Mercury's going to help me out with it. He's working on a dialogue system for it, which will be similar to Paper Mario's dialogue system, where it's got like the little comic book style chat bubbles that go above the head and stuff. And I'm just gonna keep working on the physics, and then get some enemies together and put together a level. And gonna keep using Mercury to help me out there as long as he's willing. So yeah, that's kind of it with No More Robots. Yeah. So let's go on to Time Twisted. Not much of an update this week, as you know. The 2.0 build is being worked on, and it'll be released here eventually. I do have another unfinished level to tease out that some of you might have seen on Twitter, but I'm guessing a lot of you haven't, and we'll talk about it in more detail too, so that'll be pretty cool. But we're not going to do that this week. I'll save that for next week or something. But yeah, I'll look forward to that as far as Time Twisted goes, and of course the 2.0 release. Yeah, and I've said it before also, I'll just tease it out again, that you know, if these streams start doing well, we get some Patreons, or at least activity. Don't want to tie that directly to a fan game, definitely, holy smokes. But if we start doing well, I'll put another level into Time Twisted, and we'll do it a third, maybe 3.0 or 2.5 or something like that. Try to make it a big deal, Time Twisted Deluxe or something like that. Maybe fix or change some of the level layouts even a little bit and stuff. So that could be pretty cool. But yeah, not too much on Time Twisted. You know, it's mostly a finished game. We'll have new release though, and maybe some new levels if you guys keep showing up to these streams. Okay, let's go ahead and switch gears to Game Facts Special. And I'm just gonna pop the channel up on the screen here, or it already is. That works. Can already be on the screen. I'm down for that. Whoa, that's too big. Too big, my guy. Let me. Here, we'll go here. Hold this over. Cool. Cool. Okay. So yeah, you can see we got 2 videos out this week. 2. That was a 2. I keep going off camera. Every canceled Donkey Kong game and every canceled Sonic game part 2. Every canceled Donkey Kong game, did kind of mids. Got 400 views in 3 days. It's a little better than the videos have been doing, so that's good. But the whole channel is still kind of in a rut right now. Ever since I basically like I guess a month ago I got a new job, a little more than a month ago. But before that, I had like a 3-month break with GameFAQs Special because of looking for work and things like that, and studying that you have to do as a programmer trying to find work. Because basically interviews are big programming quizzes, so you gotta study up. So there was like a 3-month hiatus with GameFAQs Special, but now we're back, and I've got the Every Canceled Sonic Game Part 2, which is doing well, just released this morning. Please go view that if you haven't after this stream. And I've got the Every Canceled Donkey Kong game. Please do that one as well. The Every Canceled Sonic game was edited by Migs. Thank you, Migs, for that. Written by Kieran Causeway. Edited by me. That goes the same for Donkey Kong. Edited by Andre, and written by Kieran Causeway, story edited by me, or script edited, I guess is what I should say. Got new videos coming up. Every Canceled Crash game. We're just going to keep rolling with the Every Canceled games, but then I'm also going to do some deep dives into like Sonic. So we got the Sonic 2 time travel video coming out, Sonic 2 lost character video coming out, Sonic 2 Lost Level video. We're going to do a bunch of Sonic 2 videos. It's going to be awesome. So I hope you'll watch out for those as well. The next two you should probably see is the time travel episode, Spider-Man 2 improvements over the first game, and Every Canceled Crash. Those will be the videos coming right up. Some of them next week for sure. Yo, Yaden, how's it going, man? Thanks for coming. So yeah, that's kind of the updates on GameFAQs Special. Although I will show you the analytics for the channel real quick. You can kind of see what I'm talking about the channel being in a rut. I probably won't do this forever because obviously, like, it could become important information, like kind of secretive, I guess. But right now you can see how the channel's doing. So been kind of down just from that 3-month hiatus, but you can see right here that I just released this video and it already has 50 views, which is great. And it's popping up right here. And overall for the month, I've got 700 hours of watch time, 7K views, 37 subs. I've really been struggling with the subs the last couple weeks, I guess. So that kind of stinks. And then money wise, $20, baby. Yeah. Way less than it costs me to run this channel. But we'll get there, hopefully. So yeah, that's kind of the analytics of the channel at the moment. Please do watch my videos. If you're curious, here are some of the top performing videos for the past couple days. People really like the DK video, Spider-Man videos of Sonic, Mario. So that's really what this channel is going to be. Spider-Man, Sonic, Mario, Zelda, some Batman and Nintendo and Sega and stuff. If you like those things, make sure you're subscribed. Gonna drop that's me. Gonna drop a link in the chat for the channel just in case you want to subscribe. I'm glad you're doing well, Yaden. Good to hear. Thanks again for stopping by, man. Yeah. So with that out of the way, need a better song. With that out of the way, we need a better song. Big fan of this song. Okay, but I gotta turn it down though, because I'm probably blowing out your ears. Okay, back to Big Cam. Let's do the Sonic Mania rant. And I'm gonna go hard on this game. I'm gonna go hard on Sonic Mania. So, if you're easily offended, I want to check out. No, stay and get offended. So first I want to start this with a mad respect to the guys who made Sonic Mania. Christian Whitehead, Stealth, Slingerland worked on it, I think, Instasonic. Huge respect to those guys. I think everything that's good about that game is a result of what they did. I think everything I don't like about that game for the most part, is limitations imposed by Sega. So, with that out of the way, I've been playing Sonic Mania a lot lately because I've been grabbing footage, and with Sonic Superstars coming out, just been thinking a lot about it. Thought we'd talk about it a little bit. And all my problems with it. List of grievances. It's not Festivus. Look it up. It's not Festivus Day, but we're gonna go through it all. Anyway, my list of grievances. All right. So first of all, first problem with Sonic Mania. It doesn't really evolve the Sonic 3 formula. Okay? It's missing transitions between levels. The story is all over the place. Most of the level, more than 50% of the game is a rehash after we just got Sonic 4. And Sonic 4 was a major rehash, and it actually has more original content than Sonic Mania. What? But everybody loves Sonic Mania, and I frankly never really understood it. I played the game when it launched, and I played it again a lot recently. I played the game a couple times when it launched. So I haven't played a lot with Mania Plus, so there's probably a lot of things in there that are different than what I'm saying. But I don't. But again, it doesn't evolve the gameplay from Sonic 3. The drop dash is a weak replacement for the Insta Shield. The Insta Shield added some strategy to Sonic 3. It was a lot of fun to use on enemies. The drop dash just makes going fast way too easy. You don't even have to be on the ground now. You know, the spin dash, you had to be on the ground, press down. There's a little bit of punishment there for going fast. Same with the peel out. But Sonic Mania, the drop dash, you just instantly get speed, and you don't even have to be on the land, and you lose access to the Insta Shield. I think they brought that back in Mania, but only as like a side feature, and you can't save your game when you're using it or something. It's nuts. Missed that Insta Shield. And I think that the combination of curling and the Insta Shield, exactly what I did in Time Twisted. Yeah, I'm comparing it to Time Twisted. Don't you even say anything. But I think comparison that to Time Twisted's curling with the Insta Shield, much more strategic and opens up a lot more interesting gameplay options than just going fast, which Sonic already does. So that's kind of it with a little bit with the gameplay. I also don't think that the remix stages, like the original stages in Mania, are top-notch. They're freaking great, but the game feels like two different games. It feels like the game they wanted to make and then the game they were forced to make with all these remix levels. And all the remix levels, in my opinion, the level designs for those stages, they are inferior to the originals. Look at Hydrocity or Hydro City Zone. The first level, it plays like it plays more like Labyrinth Zone than Hydrocity Zone, and Labyrinth Zone isn't a great place to be taking inspiration from. I mean, it's one of the weakest Sonic levels, in my opinion. It lacks a lot of the speed of Hydrocity Zone, which was why people love that level so much as a water level. Really, because they're using all these remix gimmicks, it feels like they're trying to be really cute with their use, and they're trying to find new ways to use them and stuff, but really it just feels like they're inferior ways to use them, and I feel like I'm playing an inferior set of levels compared to the original. Now, that doesn't go to the original levels. The original levels are fantastic, and I wish they could have just made a game with 8 original zones or something. Yeah, I mean, after Sonic 4, you get, Green Hill Zone again, Casino, sorry, not Casino, Chemical Plant again, and the zone choice overall is kind of crazy. Like, why would you choose Oil Ocean Zone? Where's Ice Cap? There's no ice zones. There kind of is with Crest Garden, but there's a lot more factory type zones like ice that fill the need that Oil Ocean provides. And Oil Ocean isn't even a good level anyway, so why would you include that one? Ice Cap. Quartz Quadrants would have been a better choice too. A more original level that just doesn't fit in. Again, you've already got another lava level with Lava Reef. You've got Chemical Plant. You've got Metallic Madness. You've already got all these machine levels. Why not make an ice zone or a city zone or a marble zone? There's not. These are common Sonic tropes, and there's none of those levels represented in Mania. It feels like the even kind of glare on my face, but feels like the zone choices made were terrible. Why would you choose Green Hill Zone again? Why didn't they fill out that Angel Island Zone? I imagine that was Sega being like, no, do Green Hill Zone again. You know, that's kind of why I'm saying these issues are probably mostly Sega. Yo, Malik, how's it going, man? I'm doing good. Happy to be here talking about Mania. Happy the channel's got 2 new videos. Happy with the progress on No More Robots. My full-time job is going well too, so you know, you can't really complain. Yeah. But anyway, another problem with Mania. So I was playing Mania and I got to Mirage Saloon Act 1 before I got a elemental shield. Got tons of OG shields. I got that weird ring power up that like makes your rings big when you lose them. Seems like kind of a pointless addition, but whatever. There's hardly any there's hardly any elemental shields in the game. Like there's hardly any monitors. Like where are all the shields? How can I get through a third of the game or half of the game maybe and not have an elemental shield once, not find one time? I know, okay, you think, well, okay. In Sonic 3, they have the bonus stages that you can access and get elemental shields in that. Not an option in Mania, not the base game. You have to do the Sonic 3 special stages again. And guess what? A lot of them are the same exact maps from Sonic 3. I'm literally playing recycled content. And I can't get shields. And I can't use my Insta Shield. How is this progressing from Sonic 3? I haven't even talked about the story yet. Let me go over my notes. Why have the standard shield at all? Why have that weird big ring item? Why would I ever want one of those things instead of having an Insta Shield? And since there's so few monitors to begin with in the game, why would you waste the few places monitors are with those silly power-ups when there are better power-ups? I went through all of Hydrocity Zone, never got a bubble shield. Okay. Shields are all over Sonic 3. Doesn't progress on Sonic 3's gameplay. Not in the base game, at least. I think it does a little bit better job in Encore mode or Plus. But still, I think a lot of that stuff, a lot of the best options you'd actually want to play the game with are hidden behind unlockables and special modes, and you can't even play them in the full like save game, actual story mode game. You're deleting messages, but dude, it's okay. Like if you like Mania, that's awesome. Mania led to a lot of things I like too. I'm glad Mania exists to an extent. But we'll keep going and maybe you'll see where I'm coming from. So those gimmicky item boxes. Just give me some freaking shields. Give me the shields. All right. And you can't get them from bonus game. Holy smokes. And the reuse. And why? So you can replay the same blue sphere stages again. All right. Let's talk about the boss fights. Chemical Plant Zone. You're playing a freaking Mean Bean Machine game. It's cute the first time. I'll give it that. Horrible for replay and let's play. And speed running. There's no way to get past, there's no way to just get past it. You have to play the game unless there's some secret I don't know about, which would be great. But still, there's no way to just... It's a completely different game style. Okay. A lot... Then there's bosses after that. It's a 2-part boss. No save between. Didn't everybody complain about that with Superstars? No saves between the different areas of the boss. Well, Mania has that all over the place. Oh, okay. You deleted some messages you sent on accident. I thought maybe you were like raging about my Mania hate. Yeah, let's keep going though. So, yeah, the bosses. And then the other bosses, they're rehashes. Like, it's the same boss again for multiple stages. And then the other bosses, like, there's a bunch of rehash bosses, a bunch of gimmick bosses, and a bunch of hurry up and wait bosses. Again, people say they have a problem with that with Superstars, but Mania gets a pass for some reason. And I'm not, I mean, that's not even one that I'm that concerned about, like the multiple the multiple part bosses without a save between them. But Mania does that a lot, and everybody's critical of Superstars for it. So why does Mania get a pass? Doesn't make any sense. That multi-part Stardust Speedway boss, for instance, it's like a 3-4 part boss. So yeah, bosses are another place I think Mania is kind of weak. Rehash bosses, rehash levels, rehash gimmicks, rehash enemies. Inferior level design. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, I guess another thing I meant to mention with the bosses is they are very gimmicky. Like, very few of the bosses you actually control Sonic in a natural way. You've got a boss where you're on the plane. You've got a boss where you're underwater and you're moving Sonic like this. You've got a boss where you're in a freaking Mean Bean Machine. There's just so many of the bosses just are gimmicks, and you don't even use your core moveset when you're fighting them. It's blows my mind. It's not great. Okay. Let's talk about the story. Mania is basically Sonic Delta, but less content, downgraded zones, and worse art. I don't know what Sonic Delta is, man. Anyway, let me know if you want to bring it up. Sure, go for it. I'll be happy to explain what Sonic Delta is if you want to chat about it more. But otherwise, okay, so let's keep going with Mania. The story makes no sense. So it's a side story to start with, right? Like, it's supposed to take place before and after Sonic Forces, which is a terrible game to tie into. And like, you're basically traveling. I guess the Phantom Ruby, it doesn't even make any sense. I can't even explain it because it doesn't make any sense. So Sonic finds this ruby. Eggman and his buddies get a hold of it somehow. The ruby is time travels, but also makes VR realities, but also can generate like fictitious versions of characters, but also can time travel, apparently. It's just like, what is that ruby even doing? Like, are you traveling through these zones, or is it all VR? It doesn't make any sense. And so are the new zones VR? Like, why are you like going through all these different zones, and are you time traveling, or is it a VR? Like, it doesn't even add up. The story doesn't add up at all, and I don't understand the powers of the Phantom Ruby. Some of that, like I said, most of these criticisms are levied at Sega and the Sonic team, not the Mania team. But the story makes no sense because the Phantom Ruby makes no sense. And then the end of the game, what happens? Sonic vanishes, and that's supposed to be Sonic in Sonic Forces? Okay. But Sonic leaves with the Phantom Ruby, right? So why doesn't he have the Phantom Ruby? So how does Eggman have the Phantom Ruby in Forces? It makes no sense. Yeah, and that's another point. Sonic Mania is basically a ROM hack. Like, it plays like a ROM hack. It features remix enemies. Like, there are so many fan games that have more original content than Mania. I know one. Hey guys, I know of a fan game that has more original content than Sonic Mania. It also builds on some of Sonic 3's parts, like additions, like elemental shields and traveling between different worlds with transitions. And that game is called Sonic Triple Trouble. No, it's Sonic Triple Trouble 2, and I'm going to get to that. But I was thinking of Sonic Time Twisted, of course. And yeah, I'm comparing it to Sonic Time Twisted again. Do you think I'm butthurt because Sonic Time Twisted came out 4 months before Mania, and Mania kind of stole its thunder? Absolutely. Absolutely. No, nothing but love for the Mania team. But I'm trying to, like, make some interesting content here, and I have been thinking about this game a lot. So anyway, a lot of areas, Mania does not build on Sonic 3. It's rehash levels, rehash magnets, rehash bosses that take away your moveset. There aren't many it takes away the insta shield. There aren't many elemental shields. There's just so many problems I have with Mania as a continuation of Sonic 3. So let's keep going. Yeah, I got more. Oh, and the stupid side story. Like, what? They were on the Angel Island. They found another ruby. Okay. It can magically transform people, and it has time travel and VR, and and I think it also grows chest hair. Yeah. Wow. I don't get it. Are they hallucinations? Maybe it's a hallucinogen. Like, they're just all like on that ruby, you know? Like, yeah, that ruby, man. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Yeah, the bad, even if you're gonna remix stages, bad remix. I'm just trying to make sure I got everything. So I was looking at Mania Plus, the Encore Edition. I played that for the first time a few days ago and stuff. And I'm playing Ray and Mighty, and I'm thinking to myself, especially with Ray, Mighty has one move. I'm thinking to myself, Ray, this is literally a Gint Tails, basically. You got flight, yeah, maybe it's unlimited, I don't know, but come on, that's a pretty weak addition. The flight, it's kind of fun. I guess it works like Mario in Super Mario World, but it's inferior to Tails. Doesn't have his copter tail attack as well. So he has no other moves. So literally all Ray is a sprite swap with an inferior flight ability. So $5.99 for the sprite. And then you got Ray, and then you got Mighty. And Mighty does have the slam down move, right? Andy can walk on spikes, I think, if he's curled, but only if he's curled, so it's not very useful, it doesn't seem like, but it's better than nothing, I guess. But otherwise, he just stomps down. Like, Mighty is like an inferior version of Sonic. He has the drop dash without the motion. And he can't, and they took away his moveset from, he can't even grab on the walls, I don't think. I wasn't able to. It's confusing, those characters' movesets. And so let's like, and again, going back to Ray, like, okay, you compare him to Knuckles. Well, Knuckles can glide like Ray can, but he can also, it's not a pain in the butt for one thing. And number two, he can also hurt enemies. 1 and 2. I keep going off screen. I don't get it. I don't like Ray and Mighty. They wasted potential. Could have been way better movesets for those characters, I feel like. Yeah. What about those remix palettes in Mania Plus? They're inferior to the palettes from the originals, both on the original levels and the remix levels. The new palettes, they're kind of ugly, to be honest with you. That I haven't found a single one I really like. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But man, I was surprised at that. And then you can't even play those versions of the stage with the original palettes, I don't think. Maybe you can with a mod or some unlock though. But man, it's just like, let's see. I think that's it. I think that's pretty much all I had to say. All those negatives about Mania. But there are a lot of positives about Mania too. For one thing, they led to Sonic Superstars. I love Superstars. It's got original levels, original gimmicks. The physics are correct. Thank you, Christian Whitehead and co. for that. Simon Tomley. I really like Superstars, and I feel like Mania was a important step in getting Sonic back on track. But you know, man, I wish we could have gotten something else to get Sonic back on track instead. Oh, the last and perhaps the most important reason why I don't like Mania that much, and I will tell you here. Pause for dramatic effect. It costs us 3 fan games. 3. Well, maybe that's an exaggeration, but no, it's not. Sonic Metrics, great game, never got finished. Sonic Retro, great game, never got finished. Sonic Nexus, great game, never got finished. Some Sonic XG, great game, never got finished. Yeah, some of them are going to be merged together and this and that, but I would take one of those games, any one of those games, over Sonic Mania. Original zones, shields probably actually in the levels, new boss fights, new badniks. Oh my god, I would take any one of those fan games. I would love to play one of those games over Sonic Mania. And I'm sad that this is what we got instead of all those games. I've been playing those guys' games since I was like 11 years old, and I really wanted to see any of them, one of them finished, and none of them got finished. None of them. Sucks. And so then you've got Sonic Mania, and you've got those 4 stages, which kind of feel like a condensed fan game that we could have gotten, but even those don't reuse those the levels. Like, think about Final Fall from Sonic XG. Wouldn't you love to see that? Like, I would love to see that more than any of those remix stages for Mania. Or what about that casino level from Nexus or Egg Garden? Sonic Mania doesn't even have a marble zone, which is like a staple of Sonic, and they had this whole Egg Garden zone, which was served as a marble zone for Sonic Retro, and it was a really cool zone. It's not in Mania, of course, and you know, just dead now, long forgotten. Let's all have a moment of silence for Retro Sonic XG Nexus. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't like the sprites in Mania either, but we don't gotta get into that. Except for that running sprite. The full speed running sprite media, why is it some thick ass thing? Why isn't it the figure 8? They literally have the figure 8 in the intro, and then they don't have it in game. What? Why isn't that the top speed? Okay, another thing, the intro. The intro makes no sense. How does the intro tie into the story? There's an elevator and you're going to different zones through the elevator. How does that tie into the Ruby? And then there are rings in the zones. Are you going through the rings and they're somehow manifested by the Ruby? Are these VR zones? Are they real zones? Are they back in the past? Does it affect the future? What in the heck is going on? Makes literally no sense. Let's do another pause for retro. Pause of silence for retro Sonic. Wait. Retro Sonic Nexus XG. All right. Now we're really done. Okay. So this is the last part of the stream, I believe. My boy Clone, who didn't even show up, gave us some art to look at. Hopefully he'll catch it on the replay. Otherwise, never shown his art again. Just kidding. But we're going to look at some of his... Clone is 13. He's got a fan game called Sonic Flipside. He's working on all kinds of sprites, music, art, and programming for that. Probably be a while before he finishes because he's doing it all himself, but it's really impressive. So let's go ahead and check that out. Oh, I think it's this. Yeah. So he's got a circle here. I think that's a new shading style for Sonic's jump. Just one frame. Cool. Got this new title, Sonic Battle Championship. Is he working on 2 fan games now? Anyway, that's a cool title. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Liking that run, my guy. Liking that run, Clone. Who didn't show up? Oh, this is a drawing of his. Pretty cool. Another run. Except he's using the swirly. Don't use that swirly. That's from Mania. Use the loop-de-loop if you're gonna have a top speed. Use the figure 8. Don't you use the swirly. It was in the beta and only beta for a reason. Okay, some grass here. That's cool. I'd like to see some highlights on like the tops of those. How many sides do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 hexagons. 6 hexagons, right? Is hexagon 6? I think so. 6 hexagons. I'd like to see some highlights and maybe some darker shadows as well. And then maybe another shade under the grass to like make it look like a shadow on the 6 hexagon, you know? Okay. Looking nice and shiny. Cool. Looks a little shinier than last time if I remember correctly. Good work, Clone. Got this background, nice. Looks kind of similar to the one we saw last time, but maybe there's some changes. Got that nice waiting animation. Man, you got to get me in these GIFs so we can actually see him animate. That would be pretty cool. A custom ring, that's pretty sweet. So it's like, it's hard to do it. You got one eye closed. It's this, so I'm up here. Now I'm behind my head. And I hesitate like this, and I can't smile out of the right. Do I look like it? Here. What's the next one? Balls. Ooh, that looks like modern Sonic. He's looking pretty spiffy. Although that last spike might be touch low. Is that one on the back of his head? Touch low. Kind of needs a little, comb his hair up a little bit. Get a little higher. Feeling looking good. Yeah. All right, let's see what's next. Oh, we're back to the beginning. I guess that's it. I think that's it for this week. Holy smokes, I'm hot. Woo! Woo! I think that's it. Yeah, let's bring the chat back up. Lamayo. That's my pronunciation of laughing my ass off. Lamayo. 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 Yeah. You guys got anything you want to chat about? I'm watching the chat right now. If you want to chat about anything, let me know. There are no chats. I'm gonna call it a stream. Hopefully Clone watches this. You all tell me if you did. We should put a secret word or like an inside joke. Yeah, like all you that made it like in the chat be like, man, wasn't Overbound stream good today? And then like at Clone. I think, yeah, like Adam. Make him feel. Just kidding. I don't care. I mean, I'm glad when he comes, but it's all good. Yeah. I do like this song. I think that's it, guys. You got nothing else to say? We're gonna call it a stream. And I'm gonna get to work on no more Robux. Alrighty. Thanks all for coming. We'll be at it next week. Take care. Thanks for staying to the end, Yaden. Peace out. Hey, that was the outro. Don't stand by, there's nothing left. Get out of the way of that. Get out of the way of the chat, Relic. Hey, YouTube bird. What did I just say? Don't you do...